Quick question. Where did the check come from? Not the bank logo and security strip version. The concept. The idea of using a written document to transfer money without physically moving it. Most people would guess something European. Italian banks. Dutch merchants. The Bank of England. They'd be wrong by about 700 years. The cheque was invented by Muslim traders in the 9th century. They called it the Sakk. And the English word cheque is direct linguistic evidence of that history. Let me show you exactly how this happened. To understand why the Sakk was invented, you need to picture the Islamic world in the 9th century. By this point, Muslim merchants were running the most expansive trade network in human history. We're talking about a commercial zone that stretched from the coast of Spain in the west all the way to the shores of China in the east. They were moving goods, silk, spices, metals, textiles, manuscripts, across thousands of miles of trade routes, by land and by sea, through deserts and across oceans. And they were doing all of this with gold and silver as their currency. Here's where the problem starts. Gold is heavy. Trade routes were long. Bandits were real. Shipwrecks happened. Carrying large amounts of physical gold on a months-long trading journey was expensive, slow, and genuinely dangerous. These merchants needed a way to move money without moving metal. The solution they developed was called the Sakk, from the Arabic word for written document or certificate. Here's how it worked. A merchant would go to a trusted financial institution in one city, let's say Baghdad. They'd deposit their gold there. In return, they'd receive a Sakk, a written certificate confirming the amount they deposited. Then they'd travel, maybe to Cairo, or Damascus, or Samarkand. When they arrived, they'd go to an affiliated institution and present the Sakk. The institution would verify it and pay out the equivalent value in local currency. No gold traveled with the merchant. No dangerous metal transport. The value moved through a document that the financial institutions trusted because the entire system was built on verified relationships. That is, in every meaningful way, a check. Deposit money. Receive a document. Present it elsewhere. Receive value. Now here's the part that most people don't realize, and once you know it, you can never unknow it. The English word cheque comes directly from the Arabic word Sakk, not from Latin, not from French, not from any European language, from Arabic. When European merchants began trading heavily with the Islamic world, through trade routes, through the Crusades, through the Mediterranean exchange of the medieval period, they encountered both the financial instrument and the Arabic word for it. The word Sakk entered European financial vocabulary, and it became cheque. You can trace the etymology directly. The word is the evidence. Every time anyone in the English-speaking world says the word cheque or check, they are using a word that Muslim traders coined in the 9th century. The Sakk didn't come out of nowhere. It was part of a culture of financial and commercial innovation in the Islamic world that was centuries ahead of European practice. Muslim scholars were developing sophisticated frameworks for commercial partnerships, profit-sharing arrangements, and ethical financial exchange. They had detailed legal systems for contracts, debt, and trade agreements. The Mudaraba, a profit-sharing investment contract, looks remarkably like what eventually became venture capital. The Hawala system, a trust-based remittance network, is still used globally today. And the Sakk became the cheque. Islamic banking history didn't start in the 20th century with modern Islamic financial products. It started in the 7th century with the Prophet endorsing fair trade. It developed through the 9th to 13th centuries with innovations like the Sakk, and it connects directly to the global financial system we use today. Here's the part that often surprises people the most. The Prophet Muhammad was a merchant. Before he received revelation, he traveled trade routes and built a reputation for absolute honesty in commercial dealings. His first wife, Khadija, was a successful merchant. Islam from its very beginning had a close relationship with commerce. The Quran contains detailed guidance on financial agreements, debt, contracts, and the ethics of trade. Honest financial practice in Islam is not separate from faith. It is an expression of it. The Muslim traders who invented the Sakk were not just solving a business problem. They were applying Islamic principles, trust, honesty, fairness, removal of hardship, to a real commercial challenge. And the solution they built changed how the world does business. So the next time you write a check, or type the word, or tap your card, know that the concept you're using has a 1,100-year history that runs through the Islamic world. Muslim traders in 9th century Baghdad solved a real problem, built a brilliant system, and gave the world a word it still uses every day. That's Islamic banking history. That's the real story. If this changed how you see the history of finance, share this video. Check out Path to Islam for more content like this. And I'll see you in the next one.